Well, it's a shocking story coming in from The Athletic, confirming to us that Arteta and Edo are still really eyeing Mykhailo Mudryk, and they're still admirers of this young lad who they wanted to sign way back in they wanted to sign him way back in the January transfer window of 2023. That is like a year and some months ago. But Chelsea came in through with a big bang and they signed Mykhailo Mudryk, and they really went ahead to take him out of Shakhtar Donetsk. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. Hope you guys are having a fantastic stay wherever you are, and we're here to bring you the latest news and information as far as your football stars and teams are really concerned. And today we are into Mykhailo Mudryk. We are talking Erling Haaland setting a new record. 5 goals against scored yesterday. We're going to discuss about it. What does he has to say about the man who provided, I think, 4 of those assists for the goals he scored? And lastly, we are going to talk about Pochettino coming in through and really promising everyone that however much they are knocked out of the Carabao Cup on Sunday, they start on their, or they continue with their journey of really going ahead to win what we call the FA Cup as they play against Leeds United today. So let's thank the God for the gift of life. The Muslim is Barakallahu Fikum. 200 likes smash in this video, and let's continue to subscribe because we are a few subscribers away from hitting 20,000 subscribers, and let's make it happen that we hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month. And we are left with just 2 days, 28th, and tomorrow is going to be the final day. Can we really show the urge and the charge to make this channel really hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month? I'll be gladdened if at all that really happens. So let's obviously start it off with a story coming in through from The Athletic, confirming to us that Edu and Arteta were utterly convinced of Mykhailo Mudryk's talent. When the deal did not materialize, Arsenal's understanding was that the player was devastated. Modric still has admirers at Arsenal who believe his talent can be unlocked. And if you are really talking about people who are really still admiring Mykhailo Mudryk, it's Mikel Arteta and Edu. Because the reason as to why Arsenal wanted Mykhailo Mudryk was simple. He's an improved version of Martinelli. You know, Martinelli has the pace, but he cannot act well in tight spaces. That is it. And is known to a better finisher than Mykhailo Mudryk. For the few times I'm going to see Mykhailo Mudryk hitting the ground running, he is a clinical finisher than Martinelli. He acts well in tight spaces, and he is he's this kind of player who really creates a moment of magic. If you're going to hate to see him at Chelsea in those games, there's going to hate obviously coming through and really prosper. And unlucky for him that he came in through at Chelsea where a team is really struggling left, right and center and things are not going his way. But Arsenal still admiring this guy shows you how talented Mykhailo Mudryk is, and I really know exactly why Arsenal are really interested in this young guy. One, they have a very good relationship with Chelsea, and I won't be shocked if at all Arsenal really go and tell Chelsea that, please, you want Aaron Ramsdale, but we are having you have Mykhailo Mudryk, and you're not getting him enough playing time. Can you give us Mykhailo Mudryk? And Chelsea look like they know that there is a suitor who is going to come out into the summer transfer window to go in for Mykhailo Mudryk, because they denied his switch of leagues from the Premier League to the Bundesliga. In the Bundesliga, he was really wanted and he was really put out, you know, and he never really made it happen. That is the guy himself, that is Mykhailo Mudryk. This season, he has gone ahead to play 5 EFL Cup games. He has 1 goal. He has gone ahead to play 19 Premier League games, 3 goals and 2 assists. I think for a 23-year-old, it's not bad for him. And he also, I think, has gone ahead to score a goal in the FA Cup, because has he scored a goal in the FA Cup? If I don't want to mistaken, the FA Cup, I think, has some goals in there for you. So he has so far 4 goals and 2 assists in 24 appearances this season. Not bad for him. If he can fight hard to really get into double figures this season, that will be really good for him, because he's playing for a team that is really struggling. The team is struggling, and it's really not giving him the best he deserves. But Arsenal fans are going to let me know that Rokani, we are having Trossard, But I think even if Arsenal went ahead to sign Mykhailo Mudryk, they would have gone in for Leandro Trossard. That is it. It was a given for Arsenal to go in and really sign Trossard after getting in Modric, because Trossard is a versatile player. He's a versatile player, and his versatility has come in to really help Arsenal. You've gone ahead to see to it that when you play him in the midfield, he delivers. When you play him on the left forward, he delivers. When you play him on the right forward, he delivers. And when you play him as a false number and handling the line, he delivers. So he was a kind of player that was supposed to be around the club of Arsenal to really come in and fill in those missing jigsaws of players who would have gone ahead to get really injured. So that is the beauty of this guy. That is Mykhailo Mudryk. So for me, I'm really excited about what Arsenal are really looking at, and it shows you the potential of this young lad. I know some Arsenal fans don't like him, but trust me, you have to like him for this reason that I'm going to let you know. Tell me a player that Arsenal have gone ahead to sign for a lot of money and he has gone ahead to flop. The first player that Arsenal signed for a lot of money in the Mykhailo Arteta era was Benjamin White. Has he flopped? The answer is no. He's really performing very well. When he was played as a central defender, he performed very well. And when he was played as a right back, he's performing very well for the second season running. Then they went in for Gabriel Jesus, £50 million again. Has he flopped at Arsenal? The answer is no. Hitting the ground running and giving Arsenal different dimensions of attack in there for you. The other player that Arsenal went ahead to spend huge money on, Declan Rice. They went ahead to spend some huge money onto Declan Rice, and look at how Declan Rice is performing. £105 million. No Arsenal fan is really feeling bad about that. And the player that most of you never wanted to come, yet for me, I was really so much positive for his coming in through, and people said, especially Arsenal fans on this channel, that Rokani wants us to get Kai Havertz because he knows he's going to flop at Arsenal and his team will obviously thrive. I said no. And I told you that on Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, I would go Kai Havertz on any day. That is it. Mason Mount, he has only gone ahead to play like 5 games for Man United this season. Injuries are like injuries, and he has not gone ahead to fit into that team like a glove. But look at Kai Havertz. His stats really speak for himself. This season, he has gone ahead to produce moments of class, He has gone ahead to produce moments of class, and he has gone ahead to play 25 Premier League games. He's having 6 goals and 2 assists. That is Kai Havertz for you. Those are 8 goal involvements in his Premier League season. In the Champions League, 7 games, 1 goal. That is Kai Havertz for you, meaning that he has 7 goals. And trust me, he's going to break that deadlock of not scoring 10 goals in the Premier League, I think, plus. And I think he's going to really score more and more and more and more and more and more, because we really need a lot. Arsenal really needs a lot at their side to really get in that player. So when I look at all those players that Arsenal have gone ahead to bring in, they've gone ahead to perform very well. So why don't you trust the man? Why don't you trust the man? You just have to trust the man with what he has gone ahead to offer to the side of Arsenal. You just have to trust him. And if they are still admirers for Mykhailo Mudryk, they have the right reason for obviously admiring this guy. And I want to let you know that he's not going to stop. Arsenal are not going to stop on looking at Mykhailo Mudryk. They know at Chelsea it's going to be hard for him to get in the starting 11 like regularly, and maybe Arsenal will knock on the door. And don't be shocked in the summer transfer window when Arsenal tells Chelsea that, please, I know you want Ramsdale, but we are selling Ramsdale for like 40-50 million pounds, and we are adding you some 50 million pounds or 30 to get in Mykhailo Mudryk, because Arsenal still believe this player has really quality in him. And I think the best manager to get the best out of Mykhailo Mudryk is either De Zerbi or Mykhailo or Mikel Arteta. And that's why I also have a thought that Chelsea might first loan Mykhailo Mudryk to where De Zerbi is going to be, because De Zerbi was the manager of Mykhailo Mudryk when he was playing at Shakhtar Donetsk before he joined Brighton. So let's all really wait and see how that happens. But Arteta is still eyeing Mykhailo Mudryk. And Mykhailo Mudryk went to Chelsea because Chelsea went ahead to give the best offer to the side of Shakhtar Donetsk, where this guy was playing at. But it's really shocking to Arsenal fans, but a good player is a good player. 23 years of age, still has a lot to change in his game. And imagine Mykhailo Mudryk competing with Martinelli onto that side. It will be very, very deadly for the teams that are going to be playing for Arsenal. And his part, this confirms to us that this guy, Mykhailo Mudryk, is part of the juggernaut that Arsenal really want to really build. Remember, Arsenal is like 3-4 players away from completing their juggernaut, and next season it's going to be hard for any team to beat Arsenal because their juggernaut is going to be completed. And don't be surprised if at all their juggernaut comes in through with Mykhailo Mudryk coming in through to be part of it. So Arteta and Edu are still admirers of Mykhailo Mudryk. Most people might be shocked, but for me it doesn't shock me because this guy is really good. Then we go to the record alert. Erling Haaland became the first ever Man City player to score 5 goals in a single game twice. Last season he did it. I think the team they are playing in the FA Cup and went ahead to score 5. Now yesterday he went ahead to put 5 past the side of Luton Town, and Man City won that game by 6 goals to nil. Haaland was on fire, very excited, but he really had the following to say on Kevin De Bruyne. It's a pleasure playing with him. He's a smart guy. I like to play with smart guys. And Kevin De Bruyne is one of those best players that are going to unlock Erling Haaland. Out of the goals that he scored last season, I think like 40% of those goals were created by Kevin De Bruyne, and I've always gone ahead to dub him as the best creative midfielder in the world. And Man City will have to do a lot to obviously get in a player like him, because he's really one of a kind, a rare breed, and I don't think it comes easily to get in a player of that age. When he comes in through and does all he has to do, he really deserves his flowers. And Kevin De Bruyne, for me, he's really one of those players that you will have to look at and really understand that he's not gonna really stop. He keeps going and going and going and going, and nothing really stops him. From injury, he doesn't even take long. You remember when he returned to the game of Newcastle, he came off the bench, scored the equalizer, and then created a goal that acted as the winner for the side of Man City. But for Erling Haaland, I think it's good for him to celebrate like this because he has been criticized recently. 9 chances as Man City faced Chelsea. He didn't score any. He scored one when they were playing against Luton Town, but over the weekend, they were playing against Brentford. Over the weekend when playing against Luton Town, he really struggled to score goals, and he got close to 3 clear-cut chances and couldn't score. But that will obviously spark him well into the Manchester derby, a team that he said he wants to score against a lot. And we, the United fans, are really worried about the form in which this guy is going to have to come in through and really find himself really playing in. But you never know what's going to happen on Sunday as Man United faces the side of Man City. But Erling Haaland on fire again, 5 goals, and he now has 27 goals this season, meaning that he still has like 40 goals left to match the number of goals scored last season, which is really going to be not easy for him to score 60 even. I think he can score like 20 more. That is it. But scoring 30 plus, I don't really see it. And if at all he goes ahead and beat scores like that, then the rest will obviously go on as well. So wait and see how he's going to react on Sunday as they play the team I support, that is Man United, and see what is going to be really on the cards. Let's go to the manager that lost to Jurgen Klopp in the Carabao Cup final on Sunday. That is Mauricio Pochettino. He says, we wanted to win the Carabao Cup. We want to win the FA Cup. We want to win the Premier League. Now it's tough. It's the reality. But before the start of the season, it's always the objective to qualify for Europe and win trophies. So, Pochettino is like, I'm not yet done with Chelsea, because in I think from Monday, Tuesday, Chelsea fans have been watching those Chelsea fan channels, and guess what I'm gonna hate to be finding in there? They've come out and really said this guy needs to be sacked and they need to bring in Jose Mourinho. And I look at how naive these people are. For a manager who has been here, not even for season, you want to sack him again? You sacked Tuchel, you sacked Graham Potter, now you want to sack Pochettino. Do you think that tendency will give you results? The game of football is going to have to change. Chelsea has quality players, and all what they need is to keep these players intact and get them going and giving them the best that they deserve as players, because Chelsea is really building something new and you should accept it. Gone are the days when the owner of Chelsea, Abramovich, used to get everything and he got it right, But nowadays, ask yourself, which opponents are Chelsea facing? I think even if Abramovich was here and was still in charge of Chelsea, right? He wouldn't have gone ahead to be really prospering, because hiring and sacking whenever you want acts when you are really in a very weak league. And way back, Chelsea had built a juggernaut like what Man City are going to have to build, right? So, and when Man United came in through, you saw to it that they went ahead to sack very many managers. If I'm to tell you how many managers of Chelsea were sacked because of Sir Alex Ferguson under the era of Abramovich, they are huge. Mourinho was sacked because of Sir Alex Ferguson. Avram Grant was sacked because of Sir Alex Ferguson. Boaz, whom they got from FC Porto, was sacked because of Sir Alex Ferguson. There came in Scolari, the World Cup winner for Brazil. He was sacked, right? He was sacked because of Sir Alex Ferguson. And the juggernaut had gone ahead to build, because Man United from 2007 to 2013, I think Man United won like 5 or 6 Premier Leagues. It was only Man City that came in through to win one. I think even Chelsea won one. Who else won there? I don't even remember. But he dominated the league and went ahead to see these people really sacked. But for me, I back Pochettino, and I think he deserves a second season at Chelsea. And if you give him a second season and things don't go on well, then you have the right to sack him. But all in all, for me, he's doing good. He's having injuries like Eric Ten Hag is having. So I cannot really judge a manager who is really going through what we call a turmoil. So guys, tell me your thoughts about Arteta and Edu. Admiring or still admiring Mykhailo Mudryk? Would you want to see him at Arsenal? All that and more into the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts about Erling Haaland on fire, scoring 5 goals again. The guy is really hot. And the other story is all about Pochettino. Do you back Pochettino for the Chelsea job, and do you think everything he has gone ahead to say really makes sense? Rokani David is my name. It's a Wednesday. FA Cup is back. Liverpool hosting Southampton. Man United hosted by Nottingham Forest. I think even Brighton has a goal. And Chelsea is hosting Leeds. So those are the 4 fixtures that are going to be played tonight. And I'll be here letting you know what those fixtures have gone ahead to result into. So, first video of the day. More is yet to come. Rokani David is my name. I sign out. Bye-bye.